What's up everyone, Alejandro here with Alejandro's Engineered Lifestyle. We're going to get a disclaimer out of the way and then we're going to hop right into our tire replacement on the 890 Duke. This will apply to the R as well as the regular Duke. Just going to start it off with a 32 mil. Going to break that rear axle nut and get it up on stands. First thing you're going to want to do is remove the wheel speed sensor. This is just with the T30, probably the easiest part of the entire process. So what you're going to do next is you're going to pull the brake rotor towards you in order to depress that caliper. You see Alba here inspecting. We got our safety inspector on site. Take that 32 mil, completely remove the axle nut there, and just inspect. It's always good to inspect things for damage. So next up, you're going to take off your wheel alignment spacer here. Again, just give it a good looking over. And you're going to gently tap the axle because your spacer on the opposite side is still going to impact the tension adjuster unless you pull it out ever so slightly. Once you do so, you're going to be able to push the wheel forward like so, and that will loosen your chain up completely. So you're going to want to make sure that you get the wheel in forward position as far as you can go, just to really loosen up that tension, and that'll allow you to very safely take off your chain from your sprocket. I've seen videos of guys doing this with like shoving a screwdriver in there and just kind of leveraging it off. Don't do that. These gears are finely machined and you really don't want to do anything that will compromise the contact between the chain and the sprocket, especially if it means that the sprocket will then damage the chain. So next you're just going to want to hold the wheel while you pull out that axle. I know I make it look easy there. It does take a little bit of force. So shifting to the front here, you're going to want to grab a T40. And there are two axle capture bolts on either side. You can kind of see the edge of that there, and you're going to want to loosen those completely. And getting the bike up on the front stand, you're going to want to then switch back to your T30 to remove the front wheel speed sensor. And once that is out of the way, you're actually going to want to slap on a T45 and then go at your brake caliper bolts. And so removing these incrementally because they're long will help you from seizing the bolt or the caliper on either bolt. Once again, nice and slow. You're going to want to make sure not to damage your wheel or kink those brake lines as you remove that. And it is extremely important to not let those calipers hang. So you're going to want to find yourself a nice zip tie and zip tie that to your radiator mount there. It actually works perfectly, and as you can see, there is no stress on those brake lines or the wheel speed sensor. So next you're going to want to grab, well, I had to grab a torque shaft, but you're going to want to then unscrew the torque nut here on the driver's left side, rider's left rather. And as you incrementally loosen that, you're going to want to tap it with a rubber mallet in order to push the axle out little by little until you get to a point where it's kind of seized by the weight of the bike. And you can reduce that weight by then jacking up the center of the bike and removing the axle. So just like that, we've got the wheels already off the bike. We're going to be able to go to Cycle Gear and use my affiliate link found below to purchase new tires. And with that being said, I would greatly appreciate a like and a subscribe if you do have an 890 or even 790 model year, or if you're just interested in modification of cars or bikes. All that's going to happen on this channel. Thanks. So like anything here on the channel, we have to have our receiving inspector give everything a once over, make sure that it's nice and safe. All right, we got the go ahead. So first things first here, we're going to want to give the wheels a once over. We're going to look at not only the brake rotors, but also the wheels in general for any damage sustained, perhaps during the installation process. And they look flawless. Colin You did an amazing job. Thank you, sir. So after you clean the axle and the rings up here, you're going to want to apply that long life grease. The KTM's recommended, it's the Motor X 2000, to the spacer, all your contact surfaces there. And another important thing is you're going to want to make sure that the directionality of your tire is correct with the arrow on the sidewall. So going to install the axle here, you're actually going to want to, again, just make sure everything is nice and shiny, nice and lubed up, and then you're going to hold your front wheel while you slide that axle in. Again, not so easy, but skipped it for timeliness here. And you're going to want to then tighten, not to a final torque, but you want to get that axle nice and snug while you install your brake calipers. So removing them from our temporary holding spot here, we're going to want to first make sure that we have enough brake pad left so that we don't rocket ourselves off the road here. The minimum is 1 millimeter thickness on the brake pads per the manual. I have about 10, hence the measurement you see there. And we're going to install those with T45 and Loctite 243. Again, much like the removal, you're going to want to install incrementally. You don't want to bind the caliper with the fasteners there. So repeat the process there on the opposite side, and you should have your brake calipers on, although you don't want them completely tight because you are going to then articulate the brake here, and that really seats them and builds the brake pressure back up. So after you've built the pressure back up, you're actually going to zip tie the brake lever all the way down and go ahead and tighten those calipers to their final torque. So to wrap up the installation of the front tire, you're going to use your T30 to install the wheel speed sensor. Next, you're going to remove the zip tie fastening the brake handle down, and then you're going to drop the bike from its front stand. After which you're going to want to then look at those axle capture bolts, the T40s, and just torque them down, 2 on each side. You should be good on that front end. So now directing our attention to the rear, we're going to make sure that our rear brake pads are also within specification. Again, it's 1 millimeter minimum thickness. And then we're going to then examine our sprocket, make sure there's not excessive play, as well as just examine the wheel bearing and the hub dampening rubber pieces underneath the sprocket to make sure that they're not damaged. We're going to clean everything up and grease as we did on the front end. That includes the axle, the bearings, and the spacer. And you can see the spacer upcoming here in the next clip. That is going to be installed on rider's right hand side with the rotor. And next you're going to then grab your jack and slide it right under. You're going to have to kick up your kickstand. That is very important not to forget coming back. And then articulate the caliper to free up space. And then you're going to want to support your rear wheel with the jack and your knees there and slide in that axle. You're going to nail it first try just like I did. That's a lie. Sliding the wheel all the way forward, you're going to want to then reinstall your chain. It's a great opportunity to inspect that very closely, make sure that there's no weak spots along the entire length. And then you're going to pull the wheel back, get that nice and taut. You can then use your rubber mallet to kind of seat the axle there, make sure that the wheel alignment spacer there properly contacts the alignment screw. And then on the other side, you're going to want to install. You're going to want to seat those blocks against your tension nut there, just to make sure that the tension that you started with is as you install it. And then go ahead and take your 32 mil, torque it down, and you should be nearly ready to go, with the remaining thing being the wheel speed sensor. Again, grab your T30. Doesn't need to be extremely tight. But after installing that, you're going to want to make sure you articulate your brakes to build pressure back in that rear. And guys, do not forget You put your jack stand up. You're going to want to put that back down before you let it off the stand. Never made that mistake before, and I hope no one listening to this makes that mistake. Make sure. Now let's just admire these beautiful S22s. Thank you all for recommending these to me. Riding them thus far has been such a joy. There you have it. Next up, guys, I'm actually investigating a method to pull information from our ECUs as well as perhaps data log. So huge news for tuning and maintenance. Stay tuned. Have a good one, guys.